Double hauling is definitely one of the most essential skills to learn for a beginner flycaster. To put it simply, double haul is nothing more than a variation of the standard overhead casting. But instead of depending on only the casting arm to generate line speed, double haul required the non-casting arm to provide additional line speed while casting. The faster a fly line move, the more momentum it has, and the greater momentum it has, the more distance you will be able to shoot the fly line. When it is done properly, double haul will help you cast further, will help you cast into the heavy wind, and reduce fatigue on your casting arm. The three challenges of learning double haul for beginners are the timing of the halt, the length of the halt, and the path of the halt. And that is what we're going to be working on today. I have with me a standard 9-foot 8-weight fly rod with a weight forward fly line. Feel free to use any rod that you have, but noted that it is much easier to feel the halt with heavier weighted line. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is to pay attention to the timing, meaning the moment you begin and the moment you end the halt with the non-casting arm. Let me explain this with a piece of tape and the handle sections of your rod inside. The piece of tape on the wall represents the length of your casting stroke, and for most people, it would look somewhat like this. And if you have watched my previous video, you know that one end of the casting stroke is called key position, and the other end is called power stop position. Please look closely at my non-casting hand, in this case, my left hand. For the forward cast, you start to halt at the key position and stop the halt once the casting hand arrived at the power stop position. That means there should be no more pulling to the fly line with your left hand from this point onward. This will be the maximum amount of fly line you will halt with this forward cast. Once the left hand arrived at the reel, the back cast can begin, and you begin to pull on the fly line at the power stop position and stop pulling at the key position. In real time, it should look something like this. Note that if you didn't time the halt properly, let's say you stopped too early, before the casting hand reaches the end of the casting stroke, this will cause tailing move. Tip number 2 is to pay attention to the length of your halt. To make it simple, you should match the distance of your halt to the distance of the casting stroke, meaning short cast, short halt, long cast, long halt. Tip number 3. Pay attention to the path of the halting hand. The key is to keep the path of the halt in a straight line. Most people tend to forget about this, especially during the forward cast. Here, the halt usually starts out very well, but instead of stopping the halting hand there, the hand continues to drift up behind in the curved line. And this ends up reducing the distance of your cast. It should be mentioned that this is not the only way to do double halt. These 3 tips are simply there to help out beginner flycaster to get started in their journey, so they can use double halt in their everyday fishing applications. But if you are interested in the advanced double halt techniques used by competitive distant flycaster, I will include a link to an article written by Bruce Richards, one of the world's best flycasting instructor, in the description below. That will be it for today, guys. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if not already done so. Thank you for watching. See you next time.